You can, Twister. Got you looking at the gliss on my hands and wrists while I'm laying back smoking on my cannabis. When it comes to you know, you lose it around that point at some point. Crackle still crackling? And now, how much of N together now do you know? Basically none. Crackle's gone. All right. Crackle's gone. No, wait, it's not. Crackle is not gone. Crackle is here. Crackle is still there. Very major crackle. Release the crackle. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do this a couple times. How about now? Do we still have some crackle? Crackle is worse than ever. No crackle? I guess I should talk so you can see if there's a crackle. Crackle, the longest crackle. Crackle is slight but present. Crackle is realer than my eyes. No crackle. Hey, it's gone. Crackle is gone. Hello, let's begin. Okay, fantastic. I'm just gonna do an Isaac run today so I don't mess up the situation that I got going on here, which is a pretty good streak. We got WWY4KNYA. There's your seed. Hope you got it. Blink and you miss it. And rubber cement right off the bat. Now, chat, this is very much like a Northern Lion Live Super Sunday subscriber stream. It's just me here, so I'm gonna be relying on chat to interact. I'm not used to being a quote-unquote solo Twitch streamer. I know people do it 8 hours a day. It's intimidating, quite honestly. I know that if I run out of stuff to talk about...
Oh, baby, a subscriber.
Rise of all nerds. Thanks very much for the subscription. I know normally that if I run out of stuff to talk about, I can rely on, you know, Nick to bring up some discussion of, like, you know, metaphysics or something like that we can get a lot of fodder for discussion out of. But now it's just the two of us. We can make it if we try, I hope. Just the two of us, me and Chad. Which is, it's probably more than two, all things considered, but still. What is the capital of Belgrade? Yo, don't fuck with me. The capital of Serbia is Belgrade, alright? We're not gonna do 3 hours of world capitals, though. Probably. If we end up having to resort to that, well, then that'll be the day that we never stream again. If it's a sub-stream, you better get talking about food meta. Well, we recorded Roundtable earlier today. Not a whole lot of gaming news because we recorded so recently.
Oh, subscriber.
Lady gentlemen, thank you as well for giving me another 10 seconds of what is absolutely not dead air. Not a lot of gaming news, so we talked a little bit about sandwich meta instead. So I'm fooded out temporarily. If the seed was too quick for you, I will bring it up here in a matter of moments. Get your pens and pencils and iPens and iPads ready. Be prepared. There we go. WWY4. What would Yeezy forget? Kim Nice Young Adult. Kim Nice Young Adult. You know, she's not like 20, but she's still in her youth, I would say. And now, what are your thoughts on Steam making mods cost money? Alright, chat, let's make everybody angry. We talked about this on the Roundtable podcast, but it's not going to be up for like another few days. Well, another 8 days, actually, because we had recorded it super early. But we talked about paid mods. I got a couple of things in mind with paid mods, alright? One is, first off, the cut for the modders for Skyrim is crazy small. 25% to the people that make the mods. The cynic in me sees that as like just basically a completely passive way for Valve and Bethesda to make money. Lucky Riku, thank you very much for the subscription. And I'm not saying Valve and Bethesda should not get a cut from the modders, because they are working with their intellectual property, and you know, the game is the reason the mod exists and not vice versa. However, 25% seems a little crazy to me. But that's assuming you even assume that, you know, paid mods should be available on Steam in the first place. And that's a question that I don't know. I haven't really come to terms with yet. I don't really... A lot of people are saying, well, they could have just put up like a donation button instead. I don't really agree with that. Like, I think it makes sense for Steam to offer it if they're going to allow it. Yeah, I'll take this. This could be interesting. And I think people are more likely to trust putting their money through Valve because, you know, people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on Steam on a daily basis, if not more. But I can understand where you're coming from. The fact that they offer... Oh, Erad Bar. Thank you very much for the sub, man. But I think the fact that they're offering a pay what you want option makes that a little bit better. But at the same time, it's kind of like... I don't see how you can be cynical about DLC if you're cynical about DLC, and then look at the paid mods that are available on the Skyrim store right now, and not feel that that is like exactly the same thing, basically. Like paying $125 for a sword model in Skyrim. If it was Bethesda offering that, people would be like, "That's not a very good value, really," but it's optional. But I don't know. Are people giving it more of a case, or are they giving it more credit or more leeway because it's not the company, because it's individuals, or are they giving it less because it's not the company? I don't know. But you know, as always, you have the choice to purchase it or not purchase it. So I tend to fall on the idea of, you know, buyer beware to some extent, and I think it's cool. Furious Cinnabon, thanks for the subscription, by the way. I think it's cool that. You know, if you are an accomplished modder and you made something that was truly amazing for a game that you loved, it's possible you could maybe make a living at it. And it is a win-win situation for the company and for Valve. You know, they get paid for essentially just administering the transaction. I don't know. It's weird, though. And of course, there's also the issues that people are talking about already. With stealing other people's mods, selling them as your own. That's fucked up. Intellectual property violations. That's fucked up. You know, that's Valve's problem. I don't know how you police that stuff, and maybe that's why they take a... Maybe that's why they take a cut that is, you know, enormous. But anyway, we're going to re-roll this. Ugh. In a way, it would be... Not in a way. Absolutely, it would be advantageous for us to die here. Come back with Judas's Shadow, and then we'll have Whore of Babylon as well. So let's keep that in mind. Especially if we can buy a Spirit Heart from our... if we can buy a Spirit Heart from our shop, that would be amazing. NL, are you giving up on the Canucks? Yes and no. I'm not giving up on them yet, but I am not optimistic about their chances. Let's just put it that way. You can't make a living with 25% of $1.29. No, but what if you made like a mod that basically serves as a paid expansion and people love it? You know, if you get 25% of $10 and you sell a ton of them, one single person doing that could make their living for sure. It's the same thing that is on YouTube, you know, or Twitch for that matter. An individual viewer on Twitch or YouTube is not particularly lucrative. Twitch is a little different because of subscriptions and stuff like that. But, you know, en masse, it's like that economy of, not economy of scale, but like, you know, when you get a large number, it adds up. Don't post links in my chat or I will be mad. I don't care if it's straw poll or stern community. Chat links are a bad time for everybody. So basically the community makes DLC that the company gets despite them not working on the mod at all. That's why it's a complicated issue for me, is because there's fire around here, right? Like there's so many different things. Am I mad? Am I cynical because the company gets money for doing nothing? Or am I cynical because, you know, people that used to mod for the love of it are going to get in it for the money? I don't know. If people are working their asses off, they deserve to be paid for it if people will pay for it. You know, that part of the market kind of, you know, defines itself. I'm not sure, though. It's a super weird issue. Alright, I'm very happy with our damage right now, and of course we're going to pick this up. Most mods use company assets. Well, that's the thing, is like, it's the same thing with Twitch where people are like, oh man, I hate that Twitch gets like a certain cut of subscription money. I'm happy, I'm content with the fact that Twitch gets a certain cut of subscription money because they, you know, administer it, they handle the payment costs, they built the infrastructure that allows us to stream and stuff like that. I can understand, you know, feeling like that's not worth what they get paid for it, but, you know, that's business, basically. So I don't think Bethesda should get, like, no cut at all. I'm just saying, like, 25% for the modder seems low, but should they be selling it in the first place? I don't know. I don't really have a problem with it, but I will say that, like, I don't know. I'm interested to find out how people feel about it. It seems like the overwhelming consensus is that it's not a positive change, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know, it doesn't really matter to me. I can just ignore them if I don't want them. I think where you get into trouble is with stuff like, tabletop simulator, which was already existing in kind of a weird gray area where people were making board games that didn't have digital representations and releasing them for free on Steam Community. And then there's like, the possibility of them selling games that they don't own now. Who does that liability fall on? I don't know. That's stuff for, Valve and the modder and the company and lawyers to get concerned with. Me, as a consumer and a little bit more, specifically as media, I don't know if it bothers me, really. I really should have waited until I had a reroll left here, but actually, never mind. This is fantastic. Sorry, Rotten Baby. If we get the chance, I would love to pick you up, but no such luck right now. What is the best song in Space Jam? That's like super not even a contest. Thanks for all the resub, by the way. The resubs, I should say. I appreciate it. It's hard to shout them all out, but I really do appreciate it. My issue is that it went away so quickly. I'm sorry. I know that, I'm like, hey, here's a complicated issue. Give me your opinion. And then people are like, well, here's my opinion. Just gets, completely taken away from chat based on the speed of it. That's all right. I don't know. It's a complicated issue. I don't know if I have principles here to adhere to. I don't see myself. The only mods I've ever used on Steam are mods for Tabletop Simulator. Those, you're gonna get your ass sued to death by Games Workshop if you try to sell those, I assume. And I've used XCOM Long War. XCOM Long War is the perfect example. Right now, I think they're supported by donations. If you could sell XCOM Long War through Steam and, for Axis and 2K, we're totally cool with it. Is that a problem? Those guys are basically developing something that gives that game hundreds and hundreds of hours more value. But there's a lot of inertia to fight because, mods have been free and that's been part of the philosophy for them. So it's I understand, it's a weird one. Yeah, DS Fix is another good example. Would you argue that, is it, I don't know if it's Durant or Durante, but would you argue that guy shouldn't be paid for basically doing Frum's job for them? It sucks that Frum could not do it and then get paid from his fix. That would actually be hilarious, but I don't know. It's a complicated issue, and I don't really know where I fall on it, to be honest with you, but it'll be interesting to see how it works out. That's a full-on expansion pack, though. I wouldn't put that on the same level as a sword. I agree with that. I mean, there's definitely different scopes there, but I don't know. Do you have different sections for expansions or different sections for expansions, different sections for cosmetic models? How do people feel about Steam community stuff in Global Offensive and in Dota 2? As I understand it, most people are for it. They're not against the idea that people can have their stuff on Steam Workshop, and if it gets approved, it could be sold, right? There's issues with the system, vote brigading and stuff like that, but what's that? That stuff seems okay. I'm not trying to pull out a slippery slope argument or anything like that. I'm just what's the difference? I guess the difference is that you're not. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. I'll just be honest. No, Nick, nothing to hold NL back in Rebirth. It's the truth, man. That and I've gotten the greatest items of all time. I had Whore of Babylon, Brimstone, Judas the Shadow already. TF2 content creators get a lot of money. One guy has made literally $40,000 in skins alone. Is that a problem though? If that's the number of people that have purchased his item, or if that is indicative of the number of people that have purchased his item, people that work at Coca-Cola can make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars because so many people buy their soda. Most people would probably argue that Coca-Cola is not a product that is essential to society, but it's I'm not one of these guys, but the market kind of, it bears what people are going to earn based on their sales. You're selling a product. The more you sell, the more money you make. I know. Here's my issue, because people are saying, it would be better if it was donation based. Why? I'm not even disagreeing with you. I'm actually looking for like the reasoning there, because I've been kind of alluding to it as a counter argument to paid mods are good or paid mods are okay, but I don't understand why donations make it different. Like, donations make it optional, or what? Everybody can play, but, you know, only people that want to, or that feel like they should support it can support it, and everyone else can still play? Okay, donations would give more money to the modders. That's definitely true. Donation is better because there's no quality control on Steam. Are those related issues, though? Like, there is quality control on the end of the user, because all of the mods on Steam Workshop in the paid mod section have like free demos. Like, you can try them for a day, and if you don't like them, then you can uninstall them and get a refund. So it does kind of, it has like the try it before you buy it kind of model associated with it. I guess I kind of, in theory, I like the, oh, that was such a waste of a key. In theory, I like the idea of donations. However, you know, there's no, yeah, sure. There's no way to say this without it coming across as cynical, but I think that the developers would make more money by charging than they would via donations. And that's not to say, like, you know, that's them being greedy. Well, I can see forever is pretty good. That's not even to suggest it's them being greedy, but maybe like being able to offer it at a cost versus doing donations is the difference between making the mod and not making the mod. But it's a very complicated issue, and I'm not really the right person to talk about it, except in kind of like a devil's advocate situation, because I am not a like prodigious user of mods on Steam. Was there any follow-up to DMX stealing from that guy? I've not heard anything more about it. I don't keep up on the law periodicals. No one is going to buy mods when there's free mods. Yeah, I disagree, honestly. Like, I don't mean to say that people will buy mods all the time for paid mods. However, I think you'd be surprised. I think a lot of people will buy mods. You know, that's the kind of thing people are like, why would I subscribe on Twitch, or why would I get Twitch Turbo when I could already use Adblock? There are people that are like, you know, for convenience's sake or out of a sense of like guilt or whatever, will still do that. We're on Depths Necropolis 1. I'm just gonna buy Humbling Bundle. Yeah, I think if people feel like the mod is worth the money, they'll buy it. Like, I think, if they charged $15 for Long War, look, if you look at the paid mod store right now, it's seriously like sword models and, you know, new NPCs and stuff like that. That's stuff I'm not particularly interested in. But if they made Long War and they charged $15 for Long War, it's worth it. Like, that's worth it. But how many expansions or how many mods out there are of Long War's quality and scope, and how many of them are not? But I don't know. My standard philosophy sort of comes down to, like, if you do work, you should have the option of being paid for it. The devil's advocate for that is you have the option of having a donation button and stuff like that, and if people want to support it, they can, but it's weird and it's complicated, and generally I just kind of say, you know, I shrug my shoulders and go, well, I'm probably not going to make use of paid mods all that often, but I'm interested to see how this shakes out. And you're bringing up a valid point. A lot of people are bringing up a valid point that one of the differences is that it puts the work behind a paywall. I don't know why I took the Parasite. I guess just to save a reroll for the Deal with the Devil coming up, which we've already seen. I saw a sword mod for $7, you know. But I mean, that's ridiculous, and we all know that's ridiculous. But at the same point, there's nothing else in here, right? Yeah. At the same point, isn't that like totally okay because no one's gonna buy it? Like, they're gonna fail with that probably. It's weird. Anytime Steam does something new, they're such a huge platform. They have such a, you know, I'll say it. They have basically a monopoly or a near monopoly on PC gaming that it has like huge implications You know, Steam trading cards are the most minor thing, in my opinion, but they're a huge selling point for a lot of people. Like, there are people who their decision whether or not to buy a game might not hinge on whether or not it has trading cards, but it can swivel on that point, you know? They'll be like, well, it's $5 in the sale right now, and I can get 3 trading cards out of it that I can sell for 40 cents each, so I can get like another $1.20, $1.30 back. Like that pivots their desire to buy it or not. Like, this is a huge platform, so these decisions have huge impacts. Like, how does City Skylines look if Paradox decides to allow paid mods? Does it look better? Is there more content and that's a better game? Or is it worse because people are, you know, charging $1 for a building model that doesn't add that much to the game? It's pretty wild, man. But I'm not saying I trust Valve wholeheartedly in this, but I'm willing to see how it works. Like, I don't necessarily think Greenlight has been an enormous success, but that's from a consumer standpoint. From Valve's standpoint and from a developer standpoint, I'm sure there's a lot of like really positive points to be made that it's made the service and it's made more developers more money. Whether that's good for consumers, I mean, not all the time money's involved is it bad for consumers, you know? I made this argument on the podcast, which, you know, you can recall it in 8 days if you want to have like this exact discussion again. But, you know, the trade-off is when you pay for something, when you have to pay for something, you lose out. Financially, you have to spend money. However, the theory is that the quality of the product will improve because there's more, like, they can put more time and work into it. That's a perfect world scenario, of course, but, you know, that's the way it's supposed to work. I think it's a really smart idea to have that try before you buy thing in there. That makes me not as cynical about it as maybe I could be. How is Valve going to prevent modders from stealing other people's mods and putting them on the workshop? I agree. Like, that's for them to answer for sure. But, you know, in a way, people are like, well, it's a legal gray area. I saw this comment, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see the name. But they said, what if somebody sells like a Skyrim Game of Thrones mod? That puts the modder in like a really legal gray area. I agree with that, but at the same time, they like, that's their responsibility. Like, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't say for sure, but like, yeah, they can still make the mod and still get sued right now. And, you know, they could still, you know, make the mod and sell it on their website or something like that, you know? Steam is just making it a bit larger scale. Like, they could still basically end up in the gray area of the law. And I kind of, my thinking is that that's the developer's responsibility. Not Bethesda's, but the mod developer's responsibility to make sure that, you know, they're operating within the confines of the law, at least in such a way that they're probably not going to get sued. Anyway. Yeah, I am not a lawyer. Litigation. I spit that. Guilty pleas.
Oh, baby,
I entered those.
subscriber.
Okay. Mac Attack 0. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. I'm loving this, like, Hive Mind Infestation 2 setup we got going on here. This is majestic. And we're almost done with Boss Rush already, which is pretty quick. We haven't killed the heart yet, okay. I assumed the heart would probably die in like one spider, but... On the other hand, I also find myself a lot of the time being like, whenever money's involved, people get really mad. And I do think that if you make a great mod, I think if you want to, you should be able to put it behind a paywall. People are making what I feel is kind of a disingenuous comparison, which is like, if you were a YouTuber, would you put your videos behind a paywall? No, because that's like literally career suicide. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it to fight Mega Satan. Like, the lifeblood of a YouTuber is reaching, at least with what we do, if you were like Discovery Channel or something different, like, it's reaching a huge audience is what allows us to do what we do. So it's not really the same kind of comparison, I feel. People would just stop watching our stuff if we started putting it behind a paywall, but anyway. Anyway, I don't think Steam's gonna rescind it anytime soon unless there's like a truly colossal mistake. Some kind of like seriously like legal gray area becomes present, and yada yada. But again, I'm not the right guy to talk about it because I'm notoriously like kind of milquetoast on controversial subjects. Not that this is necessarily controversial. And yeah, we can take hematomesis with us. And I'm on top of that, I'm not really like a mod focused guy. So, you know, you've got other sources that are probably going to be more informed and probably present better arguments than what I'm presenting right now. I'm skeptical, but still mostly at the same point. Like, well, you know, whatever people want to do with their own money, it doesn't really bother me. What's the necessary viewer base to sustain a full-time YouTube or full-time Twitch career? It depends on a lot of things, you know? On YouTube, people used to say like 1 million views per month. There are people with 10,000 subscribers getting 1 million views a month. There are people with, you know, 100,000 subscribers not getting 1 million views per month. So it's hard to just ballpark it. And Twitch is even crazier because like different people on Twitch have different... Can you use Dad's key to get into the devil room? Does not appear so. You cannot use... or you can't really just use like followers as a sign of that because different people on Twitch, even with the same viewer count or follower count, will have different percentage of people that subscribe, etc., etc. So it's hard to say, but on YouTube specifically, probably about 1 million views a month. That's the conventional wisdom from a couple of years ago, anyway. I do agree on the Valve cut issue that it is crazy that the developers of the mods only seem to get 25% right now. That's not across the board, as far as I know. It's set on a like per game basis, so that might be Bethesda's say more than Valve's, but that is ridiculous. Like if the best part of the argument is that it allows modders that are really good and with integrity the opportunity to do this stuff full time. The fact that they only get 25% of the cut is kind of crazy. NL, you need to pronounce hematomesis as you would hematoma. Hematomesis. It's the same to me. I don't know. We'll see how it works. It's like Greenlight, you know? I was kind of guilty of being like... of making my opinion on Greenlight too early. And then I saw how it went down, and then you're like, wow, I really wish I waited to give my opinion on Greenlight because I'd have a more informed opinion. So I'm going to wait and see like how this mod thing works out before I really put my 10 cents in, you know? I'm just reading chat right now. I just... Not to trivialize anybody's opinions, but I find it funny how quickly the opinion on Valve can oscillate from like, you know, Valve is the greatest to like Valve is super greedy. It happens, man. Your reputation in this industry hinges on whatever the last piece of news about you was. I don't love Valve specifically. I love Steam. I think Steam's a fantastic platform. I think Valve makes a lot of good decisions. I think they make a lot of decisions that people don't like out of necessity and convenience for managing like millions and millions of players. I don't agree with everything that they do, but I also don't, you know, run a multi-billion-dollar revenue stream, contrary to what people might think. NL never reads chat. What are you talking about? I'm reading these whole paragraphs. And it's true, yeah, Valve does have they have a refund policy on the mods, but I can understand why people are angry. At the same time, you know, looking at like the mod pages and people are like, repost this on every game mod forum, we say no to paid mods, and I'm like, well, you know, I don't know how effective that's gonna be. That's some slacktivism right there. What's your opinion on the Mario Kart DLC? I need to play some more Mario Kart 8, man. I didn't play as much as that. I should have played more Smash as well. But I'm for it. It's cool that it's releasing early, I guess. I don't really want to fight Dad right off the bat here. I'm thinking we'll explore first. I'm not going to use the D4 just because this run is so sweet that it just seems like a cop-out to do that. And we'll probably be able to throw on an Azazel run after this one as well. I'm more angry that this conversation has gone on for so long. I feel you, man. That's the thing. With only one host, it's like, you know, when do you stop? I don't have anybody next to me to change the subject. Read donation messages. And now, have you played Pixel Piracy? I played the, it's on sale today, so take what I say with a grain of salt here. Because I played an early access build of it like over a year ago. And it's a beautiful looking game, but I could not for the life of me figure out how to play it while I was playing. I was like, I can't figure out how to recruit crew members. I can't figure out how to get on my boat. But this was a long time ago. So it might be good. There's a lot of great stuff in that roguelite sale. I would highly recommend a lot of games in there. There's like a lot of really good games involved in that sale right now. Instead of Azazel, how about some Necrodancer? Nah, that would just highlight how little rhythm I have. I gotta practice that one before I start playing it on camera. This is one of the strongest runs I've had in a long time. This is really good. Actually, that's not totally true. I've had a lot of runs like this lately. A lot of Brimstone runs. Is a wizard's lizard worth it? How much is it? You know, that's up to you. I have a lot of videos of it. I think that that's a good game. It's so similar to Isaac that I was like, I could just be playing Isaac instead. Like, there's a lot of things that I like that it does, but it didn't quite feel like, I don't know, I guess fantastic enough for me to invest the kind of time into it that I would have needed to get great at it. It was like a little bit like Our Darker Purpose for me, where I was like, I'm gonna play this because it's my favorite genre, and it's not exactly the same game that I've been playing a lot lately. Basically going through the motions of like relearning what items and spells and stuff are the best. Bring back the wah. Maybe I'll bring back the wah. There's a roguelike sale on Steam. Oh, I'm aware. Can we have Nuclear Throne after this run instead of Azazel? I don't want to do like an hour and a half of Nuclear Throne. I love Nuclear Throne. I'll tilt so hard by the end of it. I gotta pace myself, you know? Magicite's a good game. If all you're looking for is, like, being able to beat it, it's pretty cheesable once you figure out the patterns, but leading up to that point was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with Magicite. How about a round of Catacomb Kids? Nah, if I played Catacomb Kids without Nick, he'd fire himself. Bring back the laugh button? It's right here, man. What's your opinion on prepackaged lunch meat as opposed to deli sliced? It's usually worse. Teleglitch is cool as well, yeah. It's usually inferior, but I buy it frequently. Given the choice, always pick up some deli sliced, but you know, if it's the choice between deli sliced or waiting, or deli sliced and waiting for like 10 minutes for the butcher to come back, gotta ring the bell or something like that, or just picking up the prepackaged lunch meat that's already there, oftentimes I'll go for the prepackaged. What do you think about the Binding of Isaac Rebirth DLC? I'm for it, man. Anything that adds more content to the game is cool in my books. NL, who's your backup team considering how fucked up the Canucks are? Look, I'm not saying I have faith in the Canucks, but I'm not giving up 100% hope yet. I grew up as a Montreal Canadiens fan, so I have kind of like a Team East, Team West. Vancouver in the West and Montreal in the East, and I was like, well, I'll only ever have to reconcile that if they meet in the finals. Doesn't look like it's probably going to happen this year. So I'll be cheering for Montreal in the East, and now that, well, let's just say I'll be cheering for the winner of the Vancouver-Calgary series. You know, us Canadian teams got to stick together. Haven't won the Cup in, well, since 1993, so it's been a while. Even if Calgary beats us, beats Vancouver, I should say. I'm not actually on the team, as much as I would like to think so sometimes. I'll cheer for Calgary. You know, the national allegiance is stronger than the current vitriol I feel. I don't think many Vancouver fans are super mad at Calgary. Like, I don't think too many people are like, Calgary's playing super dirty. Most people are just like, man, the Canucks have played some seriously poor games in the last few. Please get Lucas Spisa and Kevin Bieksa off the ice. NL should root for the Wings. I have a lot of respect for the Wings, but I can't... Oh, sorry, Calgary. Not Calgary. Calgary. I can't root for the Wings because they're going to be playing Montreal in the next round if they beat the Lightning. I'm indifferent to whether or not I want them to beat the Lightning. I have no team in that race. I don't live in Detroit or Florida. Great respect for the organization, though. Absolutely. Would you like it if they let modders charge for mods in the Binding of Isaac? It's going to sound like I'm just saying this to reinforce my point, but honestly, I don't care. Like, if they want to charge for it, if it's a great mod, maybe I'll buy it, and if it's not, then I won't. Like, it doesn't bother me that much. All right, let's do a quick Azazel run here. 19 minutes, that's enough time. The Habs are about to get dirtied by Ottawa, be careful. It's a theoretical possibility, you know, it's not over till it's over. You're down 3-1 to the Habs. Vancouver's down 3-1 to Calgary. Calgary. You know, I wouldn't want to suggest that it's impossible. Our hockey stadium's actually cold. They're usually colder than the outside, but, you know, they're not that cold. There's a lot of people inside of them. I think they heat them a little bit. I would have paid for Community Remix too. Yeah, I agree with that. Not sure how much. That's a question for another day, I suppose. I did go to the item room. There's tinted rocks, but I can't get them. NL, you ever think of trying to plat God your other two files? Absolutely the fuck not. I hope that that's not I hope you don't take that as me, like, insulting you for asking the question. I don't ever want to... The lost stuff is what it is, alright? But I really don't want to fucking go through the Meat Boy achievements again. Holy shit. Not gonna happen. How do you feel about the volcano that rudely erupted in Chile? Yeah, man, fuck that volcano. It was very inconsiderate. I don't know. I feel like it's a volcano and it exploded. Were people hurt? If so, that's a tragedy. If not, well, it's a fucking volcano, man. It's not like it can do anything else except sit there. Did you ever play hockey personally, NL? It's a funny story. I was like 7 years old, and during March break, like spring break, I went to hockey school, which is basically just like a week-long camp designed to develop hockey skills. But I was too nervous to, like, take off my pants in the locker room. I was an only child, so, you know, all sorts of weird stuff like this happened. I was too nervous to take off my pants in the locker room, so I put on my hockey pants over top of my actual pants, and over the course of, like, 3 days, I developed a fungal infection that made it so I could no longer go to hockey school because I was in a considerable amount of pain. That's the most frank discussion of how I got jock itch I can possibly muster there. Okay, don't throw this Azazel run. That would be poor. Chariot. That could be helpful. Oh, scared the shit out of me for a second. Okay, I think we can afford to take the mark, but we gotta be pretty careful here moving forward. Jeez, that sounds terrible. Yeah, and for a while, I'm pretty sure the coach thought I was being, like, abused at home. Because I, like, skated over to him and I was like, Coach, my stomach won't let me play. And he was like, who won't let you play? And I was like, my stomach. But it wasn't my stomach. It just felt like my stomach. They have a hockey school in Canada? Yeah, man. Well, like, I don't know if, like, it's... it's not in the same way you would go to, like, medical school, I think. But, yeah, they have, like, hockey school. For sure. Maybe that's what's happening to the Canucks. They're getting too nervous to take off their pants next to one another. Probably, man. Who won't let you play? It's a memory that stuck with me. Also, I was like really bad at hockey. I was a pretty good skater, but I would have been the guy who was like, at best, you know, stay-at-home defenseman. And the only time you ever really think about them is when they let a goal basically slip past them. I would be Kevin Bieksa, basically. Yo, I'm not trying to say that Mark Stone faked the injury. Don't even get into that discussion in chat. I love the Habs. However, I think it's very silly that people are saying that Mark Stone faked that injury. He got slashed on the fucking, like, two-handed on his wrist, man. I'm not saying that it's necessarily having a huge impact on his performance, but I do believe that he's actually injured. Or at least, you know, I believe it fucking hurt. Like, a lot. Anyway. Hockey. That's hockey. It's playoffs, man. Playoffs! I just hope we can win a game. Seriously, though. Can we please win tonight? Oh, don't even act. You can't defend... You can, but you shouldn't defend PK Subban for doing that two-handed slash, man. I'm the biggest PK fan out there. You know, I love that quote that he has. It was... like in Boston for Game 7, he's like, I love the energy in their arena. I can't wait to get in there and take it away from them. And then he did. But that was a dirty slash, man. Anyway. No love for the NBA playoffs. Raptors are down 2-0, man. I got no team to cheer for. Memphis Grizzlies because they used to be in Vancouver? I don't think so. Let's go to our item room, then we'll head down. Yeah, exactly. PK Fire. That's my philosophy on it.
Oh, baby, a subscriber.
Something pretentious. Thank you very much for the subscription. Ooh. NL, are you going to try out for Balls of Steel? Probably not. But I think I'm going to do like an exhibition match, maybe. That would be cool. I would probably lose, but it could be fun. Why would I have love for the Blackhawks? Look, I have great respect for them as an organization. They're a great team. Canucks have a little bit of a rivalry with them for what I'm assuming are, you know, obvious reasons based on their history. I can't possibly cheer for the Canucks as a Canucks, or I can't possibly cheer for the Blackhawks as a Canucks fan. It's like one of the holy, unholy trinity. You can't cheer for LA, you can't cheer for the Blackhawks, and you can't cheer for the Bruins. It's just, it's like being like, hey, I'm a Montreal fan, but my number 2 team is Toronto, my number 3 team is Boston. Can't do it, man. Alright, I guess I'll cherry it. Like, we don't have to. We're doing enough damage. I better get a move on. We only got 12 minutes to finish this run before we start eating into Nuclear Throne a little bit. Nick is not here. He's gone back to his home planet. Nick will be back. Not Nickelback. That's a totally different thing, but Nick will be back. Does Mike Hawk play for the Blackhawks? It plays for whoever's wearing the pants, man. As long as they don't have jock itch. I'd love to eat into Nuclear Throne. I have no idea what that means. But it had a winky face or a kappa next to it. Don't tell me to drop the wrench. I never drop the wrench. Like, I'll pull the veil back. I'm rolling the fucking wrench if it shows up. I'll roll the wrench 10 times out of 10 on today's stream if I get the opportunity to. And then I'll drop it in the junkyard if I get the chance. But in the sewers, it's my favorite weapon by far. Oh yeah, that was an extremely lucky turn of events there. As was the Skinny Yod Mushroom pickup, which really helped out our rate of fire. Ooh, interesting. Really helped out our rate of fire after getting triple shot. Fuck, marry, kill, Nickelback, Nick Lachey, Nick. Okay. Okay. I would kill... No, wait, this is so hard because there's like 4 or 5 members of Nickelback. So if you kill Nickelback, that's like 5 lives you're responsible for, and I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that amount of blood on my hands. If you marry 5 people, like, that's gotta be a handful. But then, like, the only thing that leaves for them would be to fuck them, and then you've gotta fuck all 5 members of Nickelback. There's no winning there, so I guess I'd have to kill Nickelback out of convenience. Because I don't want to have to be married to them or have to have sexual intercourse with 5 of them. And then, I'll tell you what, I would marry Nick Lachey because he's got probably a lot of financial security, and also that means I fuck Nick, which I do out of respect so that he can go get on with his life, you know? He's not tied down to me forever, he can do whatever he wants. So I would selflessly fuck Nick so that he could live the rest of his life after those, 35 seconds of discomfort. So that's my reasoning there. Poor Kate. Yo, look, Kate wasn't included in this. Alright. Probably Book O' Belial here. Going a little slow, though. A little slower than I'd like to. That is some damn fine logic right there. That's, if nothing else, I'm logical, man. That's to a fault. People ask me ridiculous questions. I like the verbal puzzle of trying to work through them. I think I gave good reasons for my answers there. I wouldn't say I'm proud, but I'm I feel justified in my answers. What happened to Egg Cam during the NHL playoffs? Yeah, those words were as hollow as this boss is. My favorite movie is I Am Legend. When was I born? Alright, so you were probably about 13 when I Am Legend came out, which would mean that you were born in 1994. Maybe you were 11 when I Am Legend came out, so you were born in 1996. That's where I'm going on that one. Let me know how that one worked out for me. Oh, that's like a really good get here. I think we can just head down to the next floor, starting now. Okay, mom fight coming up. I swear to God, NL, you better take the negative. I'm not gonna take the negative. Don't live in suspense of this thing. I'll just tell you right away. It's not gonna happen. If they make it so that the dark room is as meaningful, oh right, this guy does that attack. If they make it so the dark room is as meaningful as the chest, like just make it. I understand that it has to be different. Just make it different enemies, like it already is, but give you 4 golden chests so that you still have, like, the synergies that you can get by going down there. I hate that it's 4 red chests. I don't hate it, that's kind of a strong word, but it makes me never want to go to it because I'm like, I'm missing out on some potentially cool items. Hey man, don't hate on I Am Legend. It's not my favorite movie. It's not that bad though. At least it's not fucking Grandma's Boy. Or make it so the 4 red chests give you guaranteed deal with the devil items. That would be like super overpowered, but at least it would give it like something new, you know? Like some reason to go for it. $354. Well, it might be a little bit late on this run, but I don't think we'll be late by much. What the fuck? Grandma's Boy is amazing. Yo, this can't be the first time you've heard us talk about Grandma's Boy. At this point, I gotta put the onus on you for being surprised. Alright, let's do this. I am prepared. I am Legend. We're like pretty much 3-shotting Mom. That's a really, really good sign for us moving forward. Now with Curse of the Blind, this is always risky, but that was a pretty good pickup. And we'll take this. And yeah, why not, right? Rubber Cement. This really is like a carbon copy of the last run. Which I'm a big fan of. My favorite movie is Mamma Mia. How old am I? I don't know, like 80? My favorite movie is How to Train Your Dragon. Ooh, so I'm gonna say that you would have been like 10 in 2009. Were you born in 1999? That's my guess. I'm not insulting How to Train Your Dragon. I'm not saying it's only for 10-year-olds. I'm saying you've probably got some nostalgic collection with it, which tends to correlate, you know, with age. Ooh. Hell, how is game development going? Have you made your own engine yet? Oh, yeah, man. I made Unreal fucking 6. Unreal 5's not even out yet. I took it to the next level. I made it in Construct 2. That's how hardcore I am. NL, my favorite game is The Curse of Monkey Island. How old am I? 26. And also your Michael A. L. Fox, probably. I didn't look at the name, but it is a theoretical possibility. Look, I'm not going to guess everybody's age. This isn't a freaking carnival here. The Guess Your Age mod is gated behind a microtransaction. Please. Yes, thank you, little Steven. How is your health bar such a small fraction of this whole fight? Construct 2 is garbage? Ban this man. Look, Construct 2, I understand, is like super baby mode for making games. But at the same time, as someone who is still learning programming, it's really motivating to have a visual scripting language where I can basically like come up with an idea and make it happen just to basically prototype and see if it would be any fun in practice. There's some games made in Construct 2 as well, man. Like, I think a Wizard's Lizard, I thought I read that it was made in Construct 2. The Iconoclast is being made in Construct 2, and Cosmocoria is made in Construct 2. I'm 23, what year was I born? I like that. Alright, easy room. Easy room. Easy room. Probably should pick up that key. But I'm not gonna. And now, why do people hate the wrench? It's so good with impact wrists. Because people don't understand the value of the wrench, man. They just misunderstand. They want to use their precious revolvers so they can just sit in their ivory tower and never get hit. Meanwhile, you and me, we're down there with the masses, you know, getting our hands actually dirty. It was a scary room, but we made it out just fine. Not quite enough breadth to cover that whole room. That's okay. Come on, Guppy. Or teleport me, or Guppy. No, okay. That was not very smart. Why do people hate auto snipers in CSGO? Because it's that and the op make it so apparent that Counter-Strike is a game where snowballing makes a big difference. I guess. Also, I'm of the mind that, you know, people just instinctively look for something to blame when something goes wrong, and the auto sniper gives you something to blame. If there's nothing to blame, you gotta get into some deeper, like, self-reflection and stuff like that. If there's something easy to blame, you just go, oh, fucking auto sniper. You don't need to think about what in your life led you to that position. It's like in Canucks Game 4, when Willie Desjardins chose not to play Sven and instead played Lyndon Vey, and everyone was like, well, that gives us an easy excuse for the loss. This will shoot a triplicate laser of knives. Yes, it will. Okay, this is weird. And now, what do you think? We're going to talk hockey again. And now, what do you think of Islanders fans throwing a beer at Brooks Orpik after he scored the overtime goal, or after they won in overtime? I don't like attributing those actions to fans of specific teams because it breeds, you know, weird-ass reputations. I've been watching the Canucks subreddit and the Flames subreddit, and after every game, somebody will come in and be like, I was at the stadium, and, you know, Canucks fans or Flames fans are the biggest pieces of shit. We got harassed all night. Basically, what it comes down to is there's just a certain percentage of everybody, or a certain percentage of groups are shitty people. And those shitty people are gonna do shitty things, and like, it sucks, man, but that's how it is. I don't like attributing that to fan bases. I don't like attributing it to groups, rather attributing it to like a few people being straight up fucking dickholes who don't know how to act in public and, you know, think that a sport that they're not even participating in is more important than being a decent human being. Also, the idea that, like, you know, oh, I can throw a beer at a professional athlete because they make, like, you know, $4 million a year. No, it makes you like a straight up douche nozzle, man. Don't do that. Like, for real. My favorite team is the Penguins. How old am I? Well, this is an interesting one. Well, let's see. You would be, like, 14 when Sidney Crosby was drafted, so you're probably, like, 91. NL, can you do the next NLSS without saying? Oh, without saying Northern Line. I thought you just wanted me to do it without announcing it. I was like, that's not a good business decision, my friend. Oh, just want to mention the Iconoclast is being made in Construct Classic, not Construct 2. I didn't know that, actually. NL, does that apply to Souls games fans as well? Yeah, it applies to every large community. A certain percentage of people are assholes, and the problem is that those assholes are visible, and they make everybody else think that the whole community is that, when really, I mean, there are some communities that are worse than others, but oftentimes it's the people that, you know, have no perspective on how to treat other people with human decency that lead to people being like, this community sucks. I think there are some games that do a better job than others, though, of working that out. In a way, sports are actually, like, a little bit better about abject fucking, like, dickholery than video games. This is not me saying sports are better than video games. Just, like, the idea of, you know, sports culture is like, you know, rah, 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 we're dumb. Like, that doesn't always hold true. Anytime I've been to a, you know, a sporting event in person, I've largely been treated with respect, which is not to say that there's not idiocy present. However, you know, the average Counter-Strike Global Offensive lobby is, like, filled with the most vile interactions I've ever had in my life. Which is, you know, it's fine. It's the internet, but it's nice to keep it in perspective sometimes. That applies to every community. Yeah, I'll say it. There's assholes in my community as well. I still appreciate their support, but there are some people in my community either pro me or, like, negative towards, like, the decisions that I make in videos that will not treat the people that they're talking to with respect, and it annoys me. Especially when they invoke my name and they're like, you know, try to act like it's something I'd want them to do, but I don't want them to. People actually get killed because of sports. Yo, man, people do get killed because of video games as well. There have been stories. Northern Line names? Name the assholes in my community? I'm not gonna do that. Plus, like, I actually can't think of anybody right off the cut. I can think of some avatars, though. Why are you such a scummy dingle? I don't even understand that one. P-A-R-T-Y? Because I gotta. NL, I said a word without saying the word meta after it. I didn't see the rest of that comment. I say meta a lot, man. I'll admit. He doesn't want to say Josh's name? Josh is actually a super nice guy who just pretends to be an asshole. For, like, comedic effect. He's got a good heart. You don't need to defend video games, like, versus sports. Like, I get that it seems contentious. Yes, there are examples of sporting events gone terribly wrong. The Vancouver riot after, you know, they lost the Stanley Cup Finals. Football riots where people, like, actually died. But I'm just saying, I have a more pleasant experience at the average sporting event, probably because it's face-to-face, than I do in a lot of online game lobbies. And that's not me saying I'd rather be at sports than play video games. I'm just saying, man. I just hate to see sports written off as, like, a thing that dumb people enjoy. And like, you know, sports are dangerous. People get really violent. And I'm like, you know, that shit happens with every community. I'm not specifically singling out games or sports. Northern Line, do you think video games are art? I can't believe we're still having that discussion. Like, is it not just a fact that some video games are art? Even with the most, like, the strictest definition of art, I don't know how you could possibly... Anyone who's at least familiar with the industry arguing that they're not in some way art is off their ass. Where did I get Midas? Oh, I got Midas Touch from the chest just now. Like, that's a discussion that I'm almost still surprised that people are having, like, are video games art? At that point, if someone's like, well, I don't think video games are art, stop wasting your breath trying to convince them, I guess. Just go enjoy yourself, because you're not accomplishing anything productive over the next few minutes. Are free-to-play games art? I got nothing against free-to-play games specifically. I don't like bad games. Or games that do scummy marketing techniques, and I will admit that a lot of free-to-play games are guilty of that, but anyway. 406, this is not that bad as far as timing goes. I'm going to run some quick advertisements, because I'm a piece of shit, and then when we come back, we'll be playing some Nuclear Throne. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon here. Hello, we are back on the Northern Line Live Super Show. I'm excited to be here. Let's play some Nuclear Throne, shall we? I'm pretty much just going to get started, and I hope you'll forgive me, but I'm not going to do the daily over the course of the show today because I want to make sure that I can do it after the show to upload as part of the series. So we're just going to stick to non-daily stuff, and we'll do some random runs today. Maybe I can finally learn how to use Rogue. I did not forget to unmute myself. All right, chat. We picked up the wrench. GG. We've already won. Don't ever try. You want to try this shit? How do you like it, chat? How do you like it? I swing my wrench back and forth. Boom, baby. I'm going buck freaking wild on your asses. Get ready for this. I'm so ready. This is the first time I've ever had the double wrench opportunity. I gotta go with it just because it's so ridiculous. Now all we need is impact risks. You got a problem with my wrenches? This is what happens when you have a problem with my wrenches. Wrench train goes buck fucking wild. Hurt us more, NL. We love it. All right, you asked for it. You wanted to see it. Muscles double wrench run. Oh my god, it's so majestic. GG, GG, GG. Oh shit, yeah, long arms, man. I got some long arms, I got some strong arms, I got some dong arms. Oh, Big Bandit, you don't even know what is coming for you, my friend. The 1,000 fucking follicles of the Persian army descend upon you. Oh my god, can you even handle how much your shit is being fixed right now? Yo, for real though, you gotta swing the wrench like both at once or it's not doing its job properly. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Oh sweet, a weapons chest. Let's ignore it. Cause we're rolling double fucking wrench all the livelong day. This is a novelty run. You guys are always asking for challenge runs in the Binding of Isaac. Here's your challenge run in Nuclear Throne. Double wrench steroids. Clicking both doesn't do more damage. Yeah, but it swings 2 wrenches, which is fucking sweet as heck. I actually feel bad for the enemies that we're facing. It's bad enough to get hit by 1 wrench and die. To get hit by 2 wrenches and die is like approximately twice as bad. Double wrench will be called the NL from now on. I love that you can swing them, man. That's my favorite part of this whole ordeal. Oh, you got 1 long stick? I got 2 long arms with 2 strong-ass wrenches at the end of them. As long as I see you coming, you don't stand a freaking chance in hell. I can't wait for impact risks to show up next. Another one of these chests. Why would you give me weapons? I only endeavor to destroy them. Okay. Absolutely, Throne Butt's gotta be the best for us here. Loop with double wrench. Okay, we do have a shovel though, so I'm gonna go not double wrench anymore. I'm gonna probably explode right here. I'm gonna go wrench shovel, man. The trick is, you got the wrench for the up close and personal dirty dangles, and then you got the shovel for the enemies that are a little further away. They're being a little bit more asshole-ish, you know? Keep both wrenches? How the times change, chat? How the times change? I'm a whirling dervish of fucking disaster. You just... Don't be mad when I get double shovel, chat. I know you're going to be mad, but try not to be. We really, like, sincerely need a med kit immediately. I'm gonna miss out on those rads. Why even try it when you know what's gonna happen? That's not a shovel. I can't help but notice. Alright, down to the next level. The trick to double melee is alternating clicks? I don't think so. Seems to take like exactly the same amount of time, just segmented. I might be wrong. You know, I'm not saying I'm a Nuclear Throne expert. I did see a lot of people in chat saying alternate clicks. Oh, yes! I can't believe this. We're gonna fucking do this. Plutonium freaking hunger. Sign me up. I don't need the other wrench. 1 wrench is enough, man. As long as you got a shovel or a sledgehammer backing you the F up. This is the strongest run I've ever had. Next step is replace it all with energy swords. I can't help but feel that this is probably not the easiest boss for us to be fighting right now. Oh, never mind. It might be the easiest shit we've ever faced in our lives, because a double wrench strat, even without a wrench, is great. Lightning pistol? Why would I ever take that? It doesn't appear to be some kind of gardening tool. Melee steroids, please kill me. What's your problem, dude? I am not a looper. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Alright, get in there. Get in there. Holy shit. That's my favorite comment out of this whole assortment of greatness so far. Holy shit. Oh, never mind. Those guys do a lot of contact damage. I didn't know that. Alright. Well, we've had our fun. Now let's get started with like a real run here. YV in the house. Oh, yes! I'm not going to roll double wrench, but I can't deny. You know, there's a nugget of truth in every joke, right? I do love wrench so much that I will take it here. Oh, yeah, trigger fingers would have been a good pickup. Don't even... Okay, that was a throw, but let's be honest. I was lucky to live that long to begin with. Okay, wrench crossbow is like... as close to my dream early game loadout that is at least conceivable to happen. Is that a slugger? Slugger? Yeah, it's a slugger. I do like the slugger as well. But the wrench game is too strong early on, man. Crossbow very solid as well. Ah, I kind of wanted that assault rifle. There is only wrench! We're going to take extra speed or extra foot here. We got to be fast if we're going to be doing wrench meta. This is big bandit floor, so we got to be, I wouldn't say cautious, but like a little careful wouldn't hurt. Get some pot shots whenever we can. That was fantastic. Do a lot of damage with 7 bolts. It's level 3. We're a little bit lower on rads than I'd like to be. What do you think's gonna happen in here? Weren't thinking that one through. Freaking screwdriver? No, thank you. Probably bloodlust here. This is gut wrenching. What do you mean extra feet sucks? Sleep cycles? Does extra feet suck? Be real with me. I've been reading the Nuclear Throne subreddit, so I can't let you guys bully me anymore. Everyone there at the Nuclear Throne subreddit and my mom say that the mutation list is subjective, so you can't talk to me like that because it's not an objective list of what's better and what's not as good. It's just, it's all subjective in Nuclear Throne. Bolt marrow. I suppose I probably should have taken bolt marrow, huh? I'm getting to the point where I like bolt marrow an awful lot. Treble machine gun, no thank you. I've been using it a lot, and I really value the crossbow weapons, so it tends to come up a lot. Depends on what else is offered. Okay, that's true. Alright. Straight up. No longer really conceivable to use the wrench as well as I'd like. So we're going to go full crossbow and hope for another red chest soon with some decent weapons. Should be double-clicking, or sorry, right-clicking. On the big enemies, at least. On the little enemies, we can obviously get away with it, but on the big enemies, I don't know. Okay, well... Another reason I like the wrench is because you can't waste your ammo with it. Assault rifle. That's probably acceptable for us to roll with right now. Yeah, just waste a crossbow bolt. Give the crossbow bolt to the crossbow gods. That was some damage I'm not super proud of. But now, at least, we can get some med kits. I know how to get to YV's mansion, you freaking scumlords. Don't even act. Just because I haven't been there doesn't mean I don't know how to get there, you know? We all got Google Maps in this day and age. Blow it up. Just get me out of here. Where's my med kits at? Screwdriver. Where's your med kits at? Where's your med kits at? Where's your med at? Okay, well, we're not going to anger the IDPD probably here. Oh, I forgot we have Bloodlust as well. That's relatively solid for us, but I would like to get some more stuff here. Well, easy finish. I can't believe we haven't hit level 5 and we're about to fight Big Dog. Go there, it's the dopest track ever. Alright, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know that. Now that I know it's the dopest track ever, I'm much more convinced, though. Okay, here we go. YV, it's your time to shine, man. You gotta do better than double wrench run. If you don't, there's something wrong with the world today. Oh, fuck, I hate that dodge, man. My fine dodging control is still so bad. Please get out of here. Oh! How did I get the HP back? No! I trapped myself in the corner. Dang it, Bobby! That's a new one for me. That's alright. Plant's my shit, man. I can't believe double wrench run with steroids beat that. Splinter pistol beats crossbow? Yo, sleep cycles. Is this guy telling the truth? Get rid of melee right before fighting Big Dog. I thought Big Dog was, like, tough to fight with melee. Oh, I guess you can smack the bullets back. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yo, why do people always phrase their criticism like that? Didn't you ever go to school? Your teacher didn't say, spells a word wrong. LOL, kappa face. Your teacher was like, yo, hey, nice try, but, you know, just so you know, this word is actually spelled like this. You gotta have constructive criticism, man. Since the Splinter buff, it's not bad. I'm gonna take impact risks here. Alright, that was an interesting start. Max energy? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. This poor motherfucker didn't stand a chance. Alright, here we go. What is the disc gun fire again? Bolts? I think it's bolts. Shotgun? We'll try it. I've been experimenting more with not having like a weapon that is just like a bullet economy weapon, basically. We'll do Bloodlust here. Like, I've been experimenting more with rolling like 2 DPS weapons. I think maybe I was outthinking myself earlier, which is not that difficult. Pretty sure the disc gun shoots discs. Oh, you're hilarious. You're all... I didn't realize we had a bunch of comedians in here. I don't love the shotgun, but, you know, it's getting the job done here. If I could get Rabbit's Paw, get some more weapon drops, that'd be nice. Apparently, is this correct? Back muscle gives you more ammo drops? Oh, yeah. Back muscle gives you more ammo drops than Rabbit's Paw, mathematically speaking. Need those rads, dog. Alright, here we go. This is gonna be interesting. I'll try back muscle here. Yeah, Rabbit Spa. The spa where the rabbits go. Don't fuck with me, assassin. I am born and bred to murder your asses. That's actually not true. There was an awful lot of training that went on so I could actually spot them consistently. Hello there. You're still alive? How is that conceivable? Yeah, I fucked myself a little there. That's... Oh, this assassin is ready to go, and the car almost exploded. Minigun. I really like this loadout. I'd love to take the minigun later, though. No, but it gives you more health drops psychologically. That's all that really matters to me, is the psychological implications. Where's telepathy when you need it? Not telepathy for dummies. That item's still real bad. We're safe. Mama just killed this dude. To be honest, he's a dick. Sing a song, cause that's my shtick. Rami. I gotta beat the throne. Ah! Okay, we were fine temporarily there. We're still fine, but we were fine too. Where's my dogs at? There we go. All right. Where's the portal? That's a long way away. Hello, Kate. How's it going?
Hi.
How's it go? Yeah.
What happened to Nick's body?
Nick's he's handling his stuff.
Can't handle it.
What?
Can't handle it.
He's handling his stuff right now. He's got stuff to handle. I told him to go handle it. Okay, I can't speak right now. I'm in the middle of killing the big dog.
Cool.
Killing the dog who is big. I need those med kits. Don't woof, Kate. You're not a big dog. You are.
Oh my god.
You got a problem?
I remember one time I killed a big dog, but then I died by the explosion.
That literally happened to me 2.5 minutes ago. It was not a good day for me in the moment. Ah! Ah! How's it go? How was your recording today?
Good.
I'm glad to hear that. All right.
Oh my God.
There's so many weapons I can't even see what they are. Okay. What is this?
Shotgun.
That's like a flame shotgun? Okay, I kind of prefer assault slugger to that. Gatling slugger. That seems awesome.
Machine gun.
Assault slugger, laser cannon. Okay, we'll roll laser cannon. Bow. Oh! Oh!
Oh, it's real.
Are you seeing this damage?
I'm seeing the real dankest damage right now.
Oh, this is absurd. Everyone's let's see the comments. Take the gattle go. Oh, this seems awesome.
Dankest get along.
Probably plutonium hunger. Gatling slugger is amazing. Kate, Sleep Cycle says I made the right choice. How does this only fire 1 shell per shot? That's so amazing. Slugger's already great, in my opinion at least. This Gatling slugger seems like it's off. If there was a chain, it would be absent from the chain.
Wow.
If only someone would invent a phrase that symbolizes what I mean by that. Okay, we still got strong spirit, so no need to panic yet. Oh, heavy crossbow! Fuck the laser cannon, man. Heavy crossbow is my shit.
Techno.
You like these techno dogs?
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Nice.
Hold it down, NL. I don't need to hold it down. I don't want to waste the ammo yet until Boba Fett shows up. Next step is Laser Brain Energy Sword. I'll look out for it. Ah! Oh, I lost strong spirit. Gotta heal up. That was very scary. Suck on that. Suck on that. Lots of sucking happening down there. Oh, hoyo! Ah! That's alright. Save holding it down for DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
You like that one?
Go buy your mama a house.
That's what he says. Which is, nice to do if you are in the position financially to do so, I suppose. Yo. Oh, no!
Police! You're under arrest.
Get down on the ground. IPUP, we all scream for IDPD.
Oh, no!
Very stupid of me. Very stupid of me.
So close.
What's up, Kate?
No, I'm okay. I was just watching you.
All right. I can't believe I died to IDPD. Oh, that's all right. We got another plant thing going on here. I like plant. It was such a good run, too. I'm loss of concentration, straight up. It's alright, it happens. Good loadout so far. Shotgun grenade launcher. I'll admit that this seems like a little dangerous to be rolling with right now. Bad ammo concerns. And 4 shells to kill There we go, that's what I'm looking for. 4 shells to kill the nuclear Rattata is not good. It's alright, though. We live and we learn. That's why we do multiple runs. Shotgun. No, we've already had the option, and I've chosen not to. Only 1 mutation coming this time. Don't answer that, Sleep Cycles. On a scale from 1 to 10, how OP was that run? I don't need to know, man. I don't need to know. Assault rifle. Oh, yeah! Sorry, laser pistol. I know. I know. People love the laser pistol. Laser pistol! I can't believe he got rid of laser pistol again. Wrench to the sewers, dog. Oldest trick in the freaking book. GG. Oh, come on. Yo, don't hate the wrench because you ain't the wrench. Is this guy fucking me with wrench? We just got scarier face. The wrench is now fine. Look at me. I am the captain now. Oh, that guy doesn't die in 1 hit. Those guys do, though. Alright, that was not even dangerous at all. You get him? I don't think we got him. Oh, hello! Hello, hello. Hola. You resemble Leonardo, a Ninja Turtle. Not as cool as Donatello, though. Ah! Okay, that's a lot of explosives. Don't be mad, Chad, because I've been online winning runs with the wrench all day. Just wait for the portal to take me away. Yeah, rabbit's paw. Okay, here we go. NL will never wrench this. You guys have no idea the bounds of my wrench game. Yo. Okay, that was... I'm not going to blame that one exclusively on wrench. That one, there was a little bit of me involved there. It's dishonest. Come on now. It's dishonest. People were like, you lost that run because of wrench. Nah, dog. I lost that run because I'm an idiot. NL thinks you can win Nuclear Throne. You win when you beat Boba Fett. Everything after that is just gravy. So the trick with steroids is you alternate firing? Or do you just hold the buttons down? Please respond. When you loop with the wrench, we'll all be fucked. Now we're all sons of bitches. That's what I always say when I'm inventing the atomic bomb. Alright, here we go. Strong spirit. Hold the button down. NL is tilting. Not tilting yet. We had a really good run last time. Even if we should have gotten further, I still appreciate the run that we had there. You know, it's not having what you want, it's wanting what you got. That's what Sheryl Crow said, and those are words to live by. Don't hold them down, just waste ammo. Alternate melee, otherwise hold them down. We have a... This is why I can never take the advice seriously. Because it's like, there's no consensus. Okay, I'm tilting now. Okay, fish is the anti-tilt, man. I was tilting on my run earlier today, and then I got a fish run, and I had a fantastic time. I'm aware of Fish's abilities. He can roll. That's pretty important when you're using the wrench. Because you can go like, hi-oh! Hi-oh! My favorite state is Ohio. The Buckeye state is Ohio. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Leroy Fishkins. A good start there. Take 2 damage against the Silkworm by trying to roll. Not my proudest moment. Not that it has a lot of competition. Shotgun. Yeah, we gotta go shotgun over that. Alright, level 3. Let's do this. I like Fish's throwing bow well enough, but it's gotta be Rabbit's Paw.